Hey all, my name is Kurt and I'm here with Trenton. Welcome to SLB Basement Bourbon Bar. And if you folks watched our last video, our most asked questions, which I hope you did, Trenton put himself out there. He's got something special today. And Trenton, all I know...
I don't mind putting myself out there, you know? It's always for a good cause. I shave my head for a good cause.
You absolutely don't mind putting yourself out there, that's for sure. But all I know is we got nothing out here. And that's it. That's all I know for tonight.
And I said it was a banger of a video. I said it was allocated Buffalo Trace.
You did say that.
That means that there's maybe 10 or so bottles that I could potentially bring out. And there were a lot of comments about, well, what is it? And then Jay Hoots was like, hey, you have this. And I was like, well, you had to ruin the fun, Jay. Thanks.
I was hoping it was the UFC.
Yeah, right. I forgot about those.
You forgot about that one at home, didn't you?
So, no. So I did a Pappy, so we have to do a B-Tac.
Yes.
We have to do a B-Tac.
Okay.
Fred Minnick said that this was the best B-Tac of this year. They didn't have a B-Tac last year. I guess it didn't match the flavor profile that they were hoping for.
They didn't have the Stag in the B-Tac collection last year?
Yep. It was just the Handy, the Sazerac, the Eagle Rare, and the William.
That's right. Okay.
So this wasn't even an option last year.
Yeah, I don't get involved with this too much. This is Trenton's ball game. This is what he does. This is what he specializes in. So I do remember that now you say that, though.
I'm not going to lie. Since they didn't have one last year, my expectations are a little bit high for this one. And you also have one from 2018. I do. Might be a cool comparison to do, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind at all. I only have a little bit left.
So this is the 2020. This is 138.7 proof, so it's almost technically a hazmat, which is 140 proof or higher.
So we're going to try this?
We're going to try this.
So you're going to give me that, aren't you? 138 proof?
Yeah. I hope you had some bread or some breakfast or some dinner or whatever. Man, I'm gonna break the seal on this one. So this was, of course, I say this in pretty much every video. Oh man, this is embarrassing. Got this from my buddy over at B Liquors, Harry. He hooked this up again.
Harry hooked you up with this, huh?
I can't get this off.
You'll get it.
Yeah. So thank you, Harry. I know he's gonna watch this video. He said that I need to bring him a sample of this.
Well, of course.
So he's got this coming, but
good deal.
Fresh crack on a 2022.
Well, we talked about neck pours, remember?
Yeah.
We talked about neck pours. So
holy crap.
It might be a little spicy on the first pour.
Oh my. This needs to be a cologne.
That's pretty good.
What is that?
That's pretty good.
Wow.
That's pretty good. I'll let you do the honors, sir. This is exciting. I mean, the way I look at it, Buffalo Trace, as we talked about in our videos, it's an outstanding distillery with some outstanding releases. And B-Tac...
Everybody knows about their stuff.
B-Tac, though, is like another level.
And for the folks out there that are new to bourbon, because I know we have a lot of folks that are new to bourbon, new to the channel, sure. Buffalo Trace Antique Collection is a one-time thing per year. So they have 5 releases. This is one of them. Last year they only had 4 releases, so just try and keep up with the news. Like Breaking Bourbon has news about if they're going to have all of them this year or not. Good website to go to for release calendars, that kind of stuff. But secondary for this bad boy this year is going for about $1,000. So that's up $200 from like 2019. This is going for like $800-ish.
Wow.
I believe I paid $99 for this bottle.
Wow, Harry hooked you up big time.
It's either $99 or $109. I can't remember exactly, but it wasn't a ridiculous price. Wow. So thank you, Harry, for this one.
No doubt. Thank you so much.
I wouldn't doubt it if I go to give him a sample, he'll just pour the whole bottle.
I got a quick question for you because this isn't my bag. I don't really stay in tune with this kind of stuff, but I see George T. Stagg more than anything else, I think, and when I say that in relative terms, of course. For example, I hardly ever see a William LaRue Weller anywhere. I hardly ever see... You did get a Thomas Handy a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But I hardly see, the Sazerac. I've never seen that.
So it's interesting because in our area, George T. Stagg and Thomas Handy are the most available during this time. And I say available like this is all we get. Wise Guys got an Eagle Rare 17 this year.
I did not know that.
But I haven't
seen that either.
Harry got a William LaRue Weller too this year, but he only got one. Wise Guys got one Eagle Rare, and I've never seen a Sazerac in our area. I heard that maybe in our area there was one Sazerac last year, but that's only because the George T. Stagg wasn't in the option list.
Okay.
So they got a Handy and a Sazerac. But I've never seen a Sazerac. I tried a Sazerac.
So it's basically what's predominantly released in our area.
Yeah.
Is what you're telling me.
Yeah. And all areas might be different. Like if you're in Kentucky, they might just have all of them available. And I say available very loosely because I'm sure they're all behind the counter or behind glass at $2,000 or whatever. All right. Just like the Pappy, this fills up the space with the aroma. Unlike
it fills up the room.
Several, I can only say that that's happened with a handful of bottles. Unfortunately, most of them being Buffalo Trace.
There's so much depth even in the nose, Trenton.
Yeah. It's dark.
so much.
It's dark. It's sweet. It's like a plum or like a really dark fruit of some
it's
sort.
like a dark stewed plum with sugar.
Yep.
Excellent on your part, buddy. Yeah, for sure. Definitely some molasses down in there. You go right past the light caramel with this and right into all kinds of good stuff. Plum is excellent. Beautiful note.
All right. I get a little apple in there. Like very, very small. It like whizzes by at like 80 miles an hour. Little green apple note in there.
I gotta get over the heat. That's first pour for me.
I don't think it drinks like it's proof. I'll be honest with you.
That's first pour for me.
Yeah.
We did another video where you had a few sips there, but I didn't. So I'm going to get in there again, but there's some wonderful flavors. Definitely full flavor, just as you would expect with George T. Stagg. I mean, full flavor.
I got to say, this is...
Definitely delivers.
This is one of the best noses that I've ever noticed.
Yeah, have you noticed and I'm, like I've said before, I'm not that good of a sniffer, but I can't get my nose out of this glass. I'm really glad you pulled up that plum note, Trenton, because it is specifically...
It's like fermented. It's so dense. It's like such a dense flavor.
Sugar and plums. Then moving into molasses.
Seriously, it's
really good. I don't know if it's apple, but I'm truly tasting what the nose delivers.
Yeah.
To me.
100%.
And to me, it's definitely that deep, dark brown sugar molasses, but I am getting that sugared stewed plum. Everything on the darker side. Nothing bright in here. Nothing like bright, sharp, citrus, fruity.
Mm-mm. This is all dark, dense,
sugary,
heavy, gothic kind of bottle.
Yeah, sweet. Still sweet though.
Very.
But definitely delivers on those darker flavors.
I'm glad that you can get the kind of flavor development in such a high proof bourbon that you do. You're not blown. At least I'm not blown away by the heat. It bites a little bit. Don't get me wrong.
It was my first sip.
Yeah.
So
and it's a neck pour. The phenomenon. Neck pour.
Yes, it is. We can't forget that it was the neck pour. I think that's going to open up beautifully, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because this neck pour, it is a little spicy right up front for me, but boy, the flavors are wonderful.
Oh, wow. And this is the first BTAC you've ever had, right?
Correct.
Or like a bottle that you've owned.
Yeah. No.
This is the 2018?
Yeah, this is 2018. And for those of you that missed one of our recent videos, Most Asked Questions, I always get asked the question, does bourbon go bad? And to make a long story short, if you keep it in a nice, cool, dark area, in other words, no direct sunlight. We're in the basement actually of our home, so there is no direct sunlight. Your bourbon will last quite some time. I only tell the difference of when my bottles get down pretty low. Once they get pretty low, you can start telling the difference. So on my Stag, on my 2018 Stag, and I think I bought it in 2019 for an absurd amount of money. That's when I was...
Oh, was it a 2019?
No, I bought it in 2019. It was a 2018.
Okay, gotcha.
That's when I bought it for...
Just tell it people.
I think it was like $600 or $700.
Okay.
And I don't do that anymore because patience is key. It's just, you can't buy them all and you can't have them all.
Yeah.
So Trent would love to have the whole BTAC collection.
Slowly but surely.
But you know what I mean? You just can't have them all. And you're better off to wait and try to get it as close to MSRP as you can. And there's some, I'd pay several $100s for that, not $700. I just wouldn't do that again. But anyways, I did for this one. So anyways, when it got really low on the bottle, I transferred over to the smaller bottle so there's less oxygen in it, and hopefully I can maintain as much as I can of this for as long as I can. So we'll pour a little bit of this 2018.
Well, I'm excited because you had this bottle down here for years, and I never tried it.
Honestly, I think I bought it in 2019.
Yeah, I couldn't get myself to try it.
Yeah. Why not?
Because it's one, you paid a little bit more for it.
I've shared.
But also,
I've always shared everything I've had.
I know.
Always.
I wasn't at the point where my palate was as developed that I thought I could appreciate something like this.
Okay.
And when you first got it, I was like, why is a bottle of bourbon worth that much?
Yeah, it's not.
It isn't, but I didn't think I could appreciate the flavors as much as you could have, or some other folks that you had down here.
Sure.
So I kind of steered away.
Still get a lot of darkness on there. I don't get that plum note on that like I did on the 2022, but boy, you still used to get those really beautiful brown sugars, molasses notes.
And I would like to know if you out there, the folks that are watching this, know this. Is this what would have been released last year, just a year older? Or, because I'm curious, right? Or is this
a good question.
Did they have to rotate some barrels and do like some kind of combination of barrels to get this?
Very good question.
And they're still aging what would have been last year's George T. Stagg? Because this is so much more prominent on the nose than the one that you had, the 2018 version. It's you still get those flavors, but it's not as like mature.
Yeah, but even the flavors are not, to me, they don't add up as well as this bottle here. It's very good.
I could see why Fred Minnick's saying this is the best one. Now that I haven't had the other 4 BTAC in the lineup, but 2 of them are rye.
On this 2018 trend, I'm getting the brown sugar. I'm getting the molasses, the dark notes. I get 0 fruit notes. But along with it, though, I'm getting some earthy note, like a leather note in there, too.
Yeah.
Gets in a little bit of leather, those old leather-bound book type things we talk about once in a while. I get more of that out of this bottle. I'm sorry, this glass here, the 2018, than I do over here. Over here, I love that. I feel that the brown sugar and the molasses is somewhat similar, but then it delves into completely different areas.
It's 2 completely different beasts, but they still share some kind of similarities, but they're subtle.
Yeah,
it's like if you this is like the big brother of that one. Just has a little bit more experience in that oak.
This 2018 is a little smoky too, a little bit smoky, a little bit leather.
I can see that a little bit.
And then you get the brown sugar and molasses. This one over here, I'm gonna take one more sip of this, pal.
Remember what the proof is on yours?
I don't. I apologize.
I don't have my phone either. I thought it was 130s in the 130s.
I'm sure it was,
like 128.7. Yeah. That rings a bell.
I've saved the bottle. We can get the bottle.
Where is it?
It's in the office.
Where in the office?
We'll cut just for a minute. Come right back. Okay, we're back. I found it. It was in my office. I cleaned it out. I'm not going to throw it away. But what you got there? But I don't have my glasses with me.
This one's 124.9.
124.9.
So we're looking at 13 proof points lower.
Am I silly though? But to me, it drinks just as hot as the 2022. To me. To me, it's a bit spicy for that 124 comparably to this 138.
I'd say they drink about the same.
Yeah. I mean, they're not too far apart anyways, but yeah, I think they do.
And I don't know if it's because that flavors so much that it kind of dials down that proof point just a bit to kind of match this one.
The noses even open up even more on this 2022.
Dude, now it's like super caramely.
Oh, no? It's just luscious. Yes.
Luscious. Yeah, that's a good one.
Once it sits in a glass, he's right. It's super caramely now, and you can still get that plum note in there too.
It's crazy how that happens. Like on a dime, you give it a couple minutes and it just enhances the nose. You getting that on the palate too?
Oh, it's lovely. I hate to tell you, man, but you got the best bottle. You got the better bottle.
Well, sorry, dude.
Yeah. I'm good with it as long as you're going to share it once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Now, if you want me to compare, this is 2018, this is 2022. Both are fantastic. Both have, similarities, but yet, flavor profiles that separate them as well. But the 2022 is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it's
really, really good.
I'll be interested if I'm lucky enough to get next year's, because that would be cool. Like the Thomas Handy.
Yeah.
I tried a Thomas Handy and I tried a Sazerac at one of the bars in Arizona we went to. Yeah. I like the Thomas Handy a lot more. So I think having a George T. Stagg and like a Thomas Handy year over year to do some comparisons to would be really neat.
Yeah, sure would.
But yeah, I gotta say, this one, the flavor in this one, a little bit better than that one.
Yeah,
but they're both so good.
Absolutely.
It's hard to even compare them.
Yeah.
But
really neat.
Yeah. So okay. Knowing the flavors in this,
sure.
What would you pay?
Well, what would I pay? I'd probably pay about $300, Trent.
I was okay.
Really, I mean, that is just so good and is so rare. I paid $700 for this bottle, if I'm not mistaken. I'm almost positive, and that was silly. That was stupidity. But that's when I was, I'm dying to have something that was fantastic, it's like you can't find, and I bought it secondary, and there you have it. So now this is $1,000. Just thinking 2019, this is, it's roughly roughly the same.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that again, but $200-300 absolutely line me up, because it is that good and it would last quite a long time, and you could pour it on special occasions and really enjoy it with family and friends.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'd go probably to the same, but if I saw it on a shelf for $400, who am I kidding? I'd pick it up. I wouldn't go any more than that, honestly. But if I hadn't tasted it before, or if I just saw it like $400, I think
I probably wouldn't, to be honest with you, because you have it.
Right.
So I'll just go drink yours.
Well, I said 400. Harry's like, man, I could have charged him $400. And I'd be good.
Hopefully he won't see this.
Oh, he's going to watch it. I told him we were coming out with it today.
Hey, that's all we got for you today. Trenton, once again, you're a master at this. That's why I give you that moniker. You are the king of the bourbon stuff. That's for sure.
I couldn't get this stuff without Harry. So thank you, Harry.
Most definitely. But it's about
incredible.
Honestly, we only take a couple seconds here, but it's about developing relationships with your store owners. It goes a long, long way, and hopefully at some point, folks out there will have an opportunity to either get a pour of the 2022 Stag, or maybe find a bottle. And that would be, I wish nothing more for each and every one of you. That's the honest truth.
Yeah.
Hey, as always, we ask you to please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time right down here with Trent and I in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.